This is a breaking economic news update from SGT Report. What if Congress invoked martial law and nobody told you? Well, it's happened twice in the last month. As we've been documenting the collapse with Bill Holter, Peter Schiff, Andy Hoffman, and so many others, we've been warning the American people that the end is near. The collapse is in progress. And perhaps there's no better example than a criminal Congress that would use procedural martial law to pass unconstitutional spending bills. According to Robert Greenstein from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, House leadership invoked martial law in late July, which forced members to vote on key bills without the full knowledge of what they were voting on. And of course, as Greenstein notes, a move so drastic represents the erosion of the democratic process, end quote, to say the least. It also represents the extreme desperation of a government which is nearly $19 trillion in debt and which is also in the process of experiencing international disintegration of confidence. The Great Collapse is in progress, and Willem Middelkoop, the author of The Big Reset, notes, China has been calling for a monetary reset since 2009, and China says it feels trapped by the dollar system.
The reset thesis, the reset of the monetary system, is almost an underground topic here in the West. It's mainstream in China.
Middelkoop notes the Chinese are embracing using the SDR and IMF money as the successor for the dollar, so a new global financial system is being designed and planned right now. Now back to martial law. For the second time in a month, according to The Hill, the House on Tuesday invoked martial law to allow more expeditious consideration of a stopgap spending bill to avoid a government shutdown on October 1st. The use of martial law refers to bypassing the typical procedure that requires the House to wait a day after the Rules Committee produces a rule establishing floor debate parameters before voting. Instead, the House can now vote on the procedural measures on the same day, meaning fast-tracking bills before anyone has read them. We are living in the last days of this republic. The very definition of a banana republic is a politically unstable country whose economy is largely dependent on exporting a limited resource product, like dollars. It typically has stratified social classes, including a large, impoverished working class and a ruling plutocracy of business, political, and military elites. This politico-economic oligarchy controls the primary sector productions to exploit the country's economy. Allow me to remind you, friends, that the Pentagon itself has now admitted that it cannot account for $8.5 trillion. The great looting has been in process for better than a decade, and now the criminal Congress and the shadow government needs to use procedural martial law to pass stopgap spending measures to keep the entire house of cards from coming down. And who's at fault? We must remember and point to the Rothschild U.S. Central Bank. The Federal Reserve is to blame for all of this. The entire system has been manipulated to wring out the very last dollar from the American people, to bankrupt the Treasury, and to bring the United States of America to its knees, so that a new international currency can rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Your time to protect yourself from economic calamity is running very short. Thanks for listening, and visit us at sgtreport.com for the very latest real news 24/7.